Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an exciting weekend vlog because I'm going to Hay-on-Wye with two of my book besties. Hay-on-Wye, if you don't know, it's marketed as like the world's first book town, but essentially if you are bookish, you may have seen this all over your TikTok For You page. People go and visit it because it's a small town that borders between Wales and England, and it is full of bookshops. I think for every 30 people, there's a bookshop. I will check that and write it up here if I'm wrong or right, but I think it's something along those lines. There are so many bookshops. I can't wait to go and see them. I visited Hay-on-Wye twice in the past year. One was just to visit with my dog, but I found that it was a little bit restrictive because I couldn't go in every bookshop because not all of them were dog friendly. But then the second time I went was by myself, and I went to the Hay-on-Wye Book Festival. And again, if you don't know, Hay-on-Wye hosts a book festival every year. It's one of the biggest book festivals and one of the most famous ones in the UK. People travel from all over the world to go. I met Dolly Alderton when I was there before. I had such a good time. I also saw Mary Berry, Alice Oseman was there. It was unreal. The lineup was great. And I also saw Dua Lipa. How could I forget that? And then also one of the book influencers was there, like doing a Q&A with Dua Lipa, and that was Jack Ben Edwards. So yeah, it was really, really amazing. I didn't go this year because it was my friend's wedding, who is actually coming with me today. Her name is Jess. We met on Book Talk. She bought my book. She was the first person to buy my book. Like, she managed to get it like the day before I released it, like officially on Amazon. So she DM'd me when she bought it, and then the rest is history. She's also from sort of near Bristol, just like on the Welsh border. And so, yeah, we just hit it off. We were the best of friends. And then I ended up getting invited to her wedding. So I saw her marry her true real life, like book boyfriend. So it was unbelievable. I loved, like, the whole day was so special. And one of her bridesmaids is also coming today, and her name is Kat. Literally, I sat next to her. I didn't know anybody at this wedding. And then, like, after the ceremony, I went and sat at this table, sat next to Kat, realized she was into books, and again, the rest is history. We've spoken like every day since, and now we've got like a group WhatsApp chat called like Book Besties. They have like a book calendar where they share loads of like release dates and events. We've just signed up to go to the Rebecca Yarros event in Oxford as well, which is so exciting, where she's going to talk about her new book in like the Fourth Wing series. So yeah, we are like the best book friends ever, and I'm just so glad that I like met them and that it all worked out like this. So yeah, we're going to Hay-on-Wye together, and it's one of those like girl group trips that has finally left the group chat, which is great. We actually planned this at Jess's wedding, so to be able to go literally like a month after her wedding, I think we did really good. And the fact that we've planned to go to the Rebecca Yarros book signing as well, amazing. But I'm running slightly late, so I'm gonna just vlog this whole day. I'm gonna go pick up Kat first, and then we're gonna meet Jess up in Hay-on-Wye, and then Lola is also coming with me. But that's the wonderful thing about now going with friends. Like, I've only ever visited Hay-on-Wye with either my dog or solo, so it'll be nice to go with people, because I think the first time I went I was really scared to create content and like make like TikTok videos about it. But now I'm just completely fearless, and I'm very awkward, but they will big me up. Like, they'll massively like help me vlog the day. It's going to be so cute and wholesome. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to be able to go into book shops that I wouldn't have been able to go into because I had the dog. Like, hopefully one of them wouldn't mind standing outside if I can go into the other ones. But there's like tons of secondhand bookshops. There's like what's it called? It's like a book swap outside, like a library book swap, an honesty box kind of thing, where you like donate and then you take a book. What else is there? There's like crime. There's like a normal like bookshop that doesn't sell secondhand books, but a lot of them it's just secondhand books. So I don't know if I'll actually find anything that I will want to buy. But famous last words, like in my head, like my TBR cart at home is so full. I need to get through it. The only book I kind of want to buy this weekend is Off to the Races by Elsie Silver, because I've seen you can pick it up, the traditionally published version of it, in Asda. And then as for like my reading, I am currently reading Geek Girl. It is a YA book, and I thought I would fly through it a lot quicker because the pages are like, there's such big text in it. I thought it would take me like 3 days, but I've started it on Monday and it's now Saturday, and I've got 25 pages left, so I'll definitely finish this today. And then I'm gonna read an Abby Jimenez book because I loved Just for the Summer. So I've got that with me here. Did I bring? Yes, got it behind me as well. And it's called the Happy Ever After playlist. I just love the sound of this book. There's a dog involved, so obviously I'm going to be really happy with that. And the book is so floppy. So I'm going to get into this hopefully today when I come home. Hopefully, like, we're quite wholesome people. We don't really do late nights. So I'm thinking I'll be home at a reasonable hour, can sit outside in my parents' garden and read. They're currently in my apartment in London, so we've kind of done a swap this weekend, which is really cool. And Lola's really happy here because there's a huge garden. So yeah, I'm gonna read this in the garden, finish this, and then get to this one. I'm not loving this book. The thing with this one is, if I was younger, I would like it. So I can't really slate it because of the fact that it's a YA novel and it's kind of like quite young. I think if I was 10, maybe I would read it. Is that the age range? The character's 15. And I just wanted to read it because there's like a Netflix series or movie, I think, with this book. So I'm gonna watch that after, but I just wanted to read the book first, especially because I got it in the works. I got the sprayed edges. But if I was younger, I'd like it. I think for me, currently at this age, it's between a 2 and a 3 star, but I can't slate it. I find some of the plot hasn't tied up, but of course it wouldn't because it's a book series. And I've just found it not that funny, whereas maybe if I was younger, I would have laughed at it. So I can't really slate the author for writing a book that's targeted at an age that is 19 years younger than me. It's fine. I think I would have DNF'd it in another world, but I do want to watch the show, and it's just this big text. It's not that long, so I feel like I can just get through it. So yeah, I'm going to finish this today after Hay-on-Wye, or maybe we'll get some reading done at the time. I'm just going to go with the flow, go and pick up my friend, and then have a cute reading evening tonight. Why did I get so tongue-tied then? I'm going to have a cute reading evening tonight, and then finish this, start this one, although the pages, the font is a lot smaller, so I might see if I can get it cheaper on Kindle because I brought my Kindle with me. So yeah, come with me as I go to Hay-on-Wye and have a very bookish Saturday. Okay, we've made it. This is Kat, and then Hi. Lola is in the back. Yeah. Our friend Jess is running an hour late.
An hour late. Check where she is. Hold on.
So we've just parked and we're gonna go get coffee. The car park's super busy and we have not secondhand embarrassment, actual embarrassment filming. And I said
20 minutes away.
I love that I was like, oh, I don't have any fear anymore of filming, and now I'm like, but Lola's loving it. So we are gonna get coffee because we desperately need caffeine, and then hit some bookshops, get some food, and that's it.
Exciting. I love it. Yeah. 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
Cheers.
20 minutes until Jess gets here. I'm really sorry. I'm really blocking your camera. How many books are you going to buy today?
None.
None here. One in Asda. Very specific.
One.
Oh my god, okay, so future flow post Hay-on-Wye here. I forgot to talk about in my videos how we saw a copy of Normal People by Sally Rooney, and it's like first edition, and I was like, oh, first edition signed for, it's probably like 40 quid or something. I should go and have a look at it. I picked it up. Guess how much it was? £300. I've never seen a book go for that much, like a contemporary book go for that much. Am I just clueless? Like £300. Anyway, yeah, we were shook.
To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun. As she puts her hand in
Floppy
hers.
test.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull
Okay, so very quick update. Kat is just calculating how much she spent. You said you were going to buy one book. How many did you walk out with?
6.
And I said I wasn't going to get any, and I was just going to get one in Asda, but I've walked out with one, which is actually quite good for me, and a tote bag. I did not need it. We are now heading to Asda. I'm hoping to get Off to the Races, the Elsie Silver traditionally published one. And what are you hoping to get in Asda?
Nothing. Hopefully.
There we go. So
We're
yeah,
hoping nothing.
And we're gonna meet Jess there because she's driving separately. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so my friends are currently in Asda. I'm waiting in the car because Lola, you can't come into Asda, can you? But they've saved me from myself because they said they would get the Elsie Silver book for me and a snack. So it means I A, can't spend too much money on chocolate, and B, books. So yeah, we're just waiting for them to come back to the car, aren't we? Say bye. Came out with more books. So we've just come to Jess's house because she's just moved house, haven't you? Yeah. And we're checking out her reading room. Look at this. And then Lola's very happy because you've got some garden space. So if you couldn't tell, I am now home and I have finally finished Geek Girl. I thought I would finish this so much sooner than I did, but I've only just finished it and it's 8 o'clock. I mean, I got home just before 7, so I had like 10 pages left to read. I read a little bit in the car while I was waiting for my friends when they went into Asda. I just didn't really get on with this at all, but it's obviously not my age range and it's not really my genre. Like, I like YA, but I think I like the more new adult YA. This just felt a little bit silly, although I'm still really keen to watch the show. And to be honest, I've got like an evening home alone at my parents' house tonight, so I think I actually can't remember if it's a TV series or a movie. Hopefully it's a TV series, and then I can kind of see if I like it or not, but who knows. But I think I'm going to watch a little bit of it tonight because even though the book wasn't great, I don't think it puts me off. Like, I'm still really curious by the show. And it was the same for, what's it called? The Idea of You. I read the book and I mentioned it on my last video. I watched the movie, loved it, read the book, also liked it, but didn't like it as much as I thought I would. And they felt like two completely different stories, even though they obviously have overlapping plot. I got very different things from them. So it hasn't put me off of watching the show. So I think I might teaser it tonight because I'm in a massive dilemma. I can't decide what to read next and I need your help. But before I get into that, I'll just chat a little bit about my day. It was really cute and really bookish. You saw a lot of it. There are just so many bookshops. If you're in the UK or you're traveling to the UK and you are totally into books, definitely go. They had like a mix between secondhand bookshops, and obviously we naturally didn't buy that much because our genres are more sort of new release fantasy and contemporary romance and a bit of YA, so they didn't have a huge amount in more of the secondhand bookshops, unless you're into classics as well. Like, they sometimes have older versions of classics and then also older versions of like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, that kind of thing. You can always find them in those secondhand bookshops. But yeah, I didn't really like need or want anything, so nothing really caught my eye, and some of them aren't dog friendly, so I couldn't go into all of them. But then some bookshops had new books, and so I said I wasn't going to buy anything, but I ended up getting, and this has been on my list to get anyway, is Heartstopper, because I think I'm going to put myself on a book buying ban because my TBR car is like completely overfull of books. And I know I've said that and I'm showing you what I bought today, but I got sent by HarperCollins some books by Alice Oseman, and I think that I need to have read Heartstopper before reading some of them. So I thought I would get it. I've obviously heard good things about it. It's also Pride Month. This will probably be edited and uploaded after Pride Month, but it is Pride Month, so I want to read some same gender romance. And then I also, as I mentioned, what I wanted before was Off to the Races by Elsie Silver in Asda. So I bought that. I mean, Jess got it for me and I'm so grateful she went into Asda and bought it, because I probably would have come out with more books. But I'm actually so proud that all I bought were these two, and so I already knew I wanted them. Oh, just dropped the book. I already knew I wanted them, so I can't really complain about spending money on them. What I can complain about is buying a tote bag. I bought a tote bag and I have about 40. I need to get it actually. This is the tote bag I brought, which says, if you can't see it, may contain books, Hay-on-Wye. I do not need another tote. I probably have the same number of totes as I have books in the house, which is a lot. But, you know, I didn't have a bag. I didn't bring one with me, which was really silly of me. So I bought this to put my books in. No complaints. It's happened. It was only £3. I feel like they could have charged more, but it was £3, so it's totally fine. So I'm struggling between what book to read now, because, you know, when you don't love a book, or did you drop the tote? You know, when you don't really love a book, and you're like, okay, I need to read something good now, otherwise I'm going to end up in a book slump. I don't think I will, because I'm going on holiday next week. But I want to read something good. I want to read something that feels more like me. So I'm stuck. I have a whole TBR cart at home, but I bought this book with me because this was what I was in the mood for. Tell me why, literally 24 hours later, I'm no longer in the mood to read this. I mean, even like 12 hours later. Didn't I speak about this morning? Reading this book. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure, and it's nothing to do with the book. It's actually to do with the small text in the book. I've gone from like a huge textbook that made me feel like I was flying through it, albeit slightly slow because I wasn't fully enjoying it, to this, and it's a bit of a nightmare to read on the tube. So I did bring, and I say that because when you're on the tube, the stops are, I always calculate them, they are like 2 Kindle pages or like 2 of these, but then sometimes the stops are a little bit smaller, and so if you've got smaller text, you can't read the whole page before your next tube stop, and I take the tube every day. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it might be a bit difficult. I know I am going on holiday, so this probably is a good beach read, and by the time I get there, I'll still be reading this book, so I really don't know. I think I am in the mood for this rom-com, but then do I start this? Or I always listen to Elsie Silver on audiobook. I never read the actual paperback. So I don't know whether to read this. I do feel like a bit of a romance. The page size is a bit bigger as well. I don't know. Or do I go completely rogue and read this and hope that I finish it because it's kind of big? I don't think I want to read like a graphic novel on the beach on holiday. I'm going to Valencia, but I'm only going for a long weekend, so I feel like I will only read like 1.5 books, and I don't think I want to read a graphic novel on holiday. I feel like this is a bit more when I'm feeling slightly book slumpy and lazy. I know I say I feel slightly book slumpy now, and it will probably be really quick to go through this, but I'm not in the mood for this, and I think it's jumping from one YA to the other. I think I'm slightly coming out of my YA era because I was fully in it recently. What is that noise? Is that an aeroplane? But I do have my Kindle with me. I've got Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney on it, but I'm definitely not reading that, and I'm not going to read, I was also in the middle of the Natural series. I've got the last book left by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm not in the mood for that going on holiday because I don't want anything horror, crime, suspense, anything while I'm abroad. I want that when I'm not home alone, so obviously I'm home alone at the moment, so that is an absolute no-go. I want it when like either Tom is staying over for a prolonged period of time, or I'm at my parents' house and they're always home because I'm coming home in August to work from home, so I think I'll probably read that then. I do have The Ballad of Never After on here, but I haven't read the first book, and I always get confused which is the first book. Is it the something Broken Heart? Why have I forgotten the title? But the first book in that Stephanie Garber series, I could read, but I always want to try and get it on Kindle when it's on 99p offer, but because they released the new book recently, I think, like the paperback of it, I think that's why it's not on any deal, because they're like, everyone's going to just pay full price because there's a new one out. It just entices people in. So I could just like swallow and buy it, even though I've got it in paperback. Again, the text is too small. Or I could start reading Throne of Glass. So I've finished Assassin's Blade, and I definitely want to read the Throne of Glass series. I'd quite like to read this book now and then move into what I've got on my TBR, because I don't want to buy any more books. But my friend recommended like start reading this but then buy the other books. So there's two methods here. I could start reading Throne of Glass now, not place myself on a book buying ban, finish that Throne of Glass series, which will be intense, but it's summer, so maybe I'll get more reading done, do the whole series and then go through my TBR. Or I forget that, park it until autumn and read one of these romance books. I don't know. So I think while I think, I'm gonna go and watch this TV series. I was gonna sign off now, but I feel like I'll let you know what I decide to read once I do that. But if I don't officially sign off, thank you for watching. But yeah, I'm gonna go and watch one episode of Geek Girl if it's a TV series, or just watch the whole film and then decide and have a think about what book I want to read.